they've accepted we're criminals because people see us as scary monsters. They're just showing up and being cool and doing heists, and this is the life.
Because we're bad guys. It just drips cool everywhere.
And this really ignites like a nature versus nurture thing. Where do we get our moral instruction? Are they naturally aggressive predators? Are they socialized to be aggressive predators?
We all have biases, and when we pretend like we don't, I think we do damage to ourselves and society.
The self-loathing, the fear, the insecurity, they're compensating and they're covering it by doing all these things so that they are feared. And we often equate fear with respect. The idea of goodness appeals to him, the idea of integrity and honor appeals to him, but not to his friends. And so there's a fear there of losing them, then what do I have? And that's a big thing in life, is you grow and evolve as a person. Do the people that you surround yourselves with, are they going to try and hold you back from that?
The world is completely bananas. It doesn't make sense. If you can get past that, it's great fun. Hello and welcome to Cinema Therapy. I am Alan Seawright, professional filmmaker who needs therapy, and that is...
Jonathan Decker, licensed therapist who loves cinema.
Why are we both doing, like, NPR voice?
I don't know.
Hello and welcome.
Because we're old, so we listen
We're
to NPR.
super old.
What are we doing today?
I would like to have you react, as you often do, to a film. Mm-hmm. This is an animated one. Mm-hmm. It's about guys who are not good, but...
We're watching The Bad Guys.
We're watching The Bad Guys. This was fun.
Thanks for spoon-feeding that to me.
You're sure
gonna
welcome.
get there now. Nom, nom. This is a good movie.
It was fun. I enjoyed it.
A lot of it doesn't make any sense.
Nope, not any at all. The world is completely bananas. Everyone's a human except these giant talking animals who no one notices are animals.
And then there are animals that don't talk, that are just like...
That are just regular animals.
So were these guys created in a lab? Like, that's what I want to know.
It doesn't make sense. And the entire world is stupid. If you can get past that, it's great fun.
Yeah, well, the voice acting is fantastic. Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell covers a multitude of sins.
Yeah, they're a bit eccentric, but when you're born us, you don't exactly win many popularity contests. Do I wish people didn't see us as monsters?
8 legs, 8 times the cardio.
Sure I do.
What's up, Papa?
But these are the cards we've been dealt, so we might as well play them.
Jackpot.
I love that this is straight up Ocean's 11.
It's so good. This, I don't know if you've listened to the score on its own. You cannot listen to this score and not feel like the coolest guy in the world.
What the thorax?
Are you crazy?
What? I just wanted a longer car chase. It's the best part.
This movie's so cool. It's so cool. It shouldn't be cool. It's dumb. It's a cartoon for kids.
Yeah.
It makes no sense at all. But
it's animation, and it's cool.
It just drips cool everywhere. If you like what you're seeing here on our YouTube channel but want even more of it, come join us over on our Patreon. Become a Cinema Therapy hero, or superhero, or sidekick, or innocent bystander? You'll get exclusive content like early access to ad-free director's cuts of episodes, live Q&As and chats, therapy and filmmaking deep dives, behind the scenes and bloopers, and a whole lot more. Plus, you get to be part of our awesome community on Patreon and Discord, where we have an exclusive section for our patrons. Go to patreon.com/cinematherapy and join today. You'll be our hero.
So they've accepted we're criminals because people see us as scary monsters, so we're going to use that to have this sort of life, because they don't see any other option going on. And this really ignites like a nature versus nurture thing.
Sure.
Are they naturally aggressive predators? Are they socialized to be aggressive predators? I mean, in the case of the world, I'm not talking about the actual biology of actual rattlesnakes.
Throw all that out. None of it makes sense.
Yeah, none of that.
These are just people wearing weird suits. You know, the character design, the animation, every single pose is just the coolest cool guy pose. Sam Rockwell, for the first 10 minutes of the movie, I was like, is that George Clooney?
Yeah.
Because Sam Rockwell is just doing a Clooney impersonation the whole time and nailing it.
Oh, yeah. The full Clooney.
Not just the character animation, the way they animate everything. The cars look cool and then move just slightly too cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything. It's super fun.
Everything's got a really unique look.
Super unique. I really love that we've had this renaissance where for a long time everybody was kind of aiming at Pixar, which is this very realistic, almost surreal reality. And then Spider-Verse comes out and is nope, just rip everything up. And the Lego movie similarly was like, no, where it's just all Legos. And it's just fantastic to see these artists really just let off the leash and like able to do stuff like this. It's beautiful, it's fun, it's goofy.
Ooh, diabolical. That's new.
Oh, this sounds like a cologne. Diabolical.
Look at the lighting off the TV and the shadows.
Yeah.
Governor Diane Foxington.
Governor?
Yeah, I hear you. Listen, we all know how dastardly the bad guys are.
You bet we are.
But more than anything, I feel sorry for them.
What?
These so-called bad guys are really just second-rate has-beens. Behind their amateurish antics and frankly unoriginal capers, I mean really, another bank, is nothing but a deep well of anger,
I ain't angry, you're angry.
denial,
Not true.
and self-loathing.
The only one I self-loathe is you.
And those are that no amount of cash or priceless art can ever fill.
What's on the Food Network?
They just got assessed on public television.
Yep.
I love the snake. He's very much like the old guy in Ocean's 11 who wears the Hawaiian shirts and the hats. Like it's all...
You come here to give me a physical?
I just noticed watching this just now. Similar to Arcane, you have different styles in the same frame.
Yeah.
Because I was looking and it looks like the eyelids and the eyebrows and
A lot of the face details
looks
are
hand-drawn.
Yeah, and I don't know if
I'm
that
saying
is...
it is, but it looks like
I don't know if it's a hand-drawn texture that then was computer animated, or if they like animated the geometry of the face and then, hand drew those things on. Either way, the result is similar, right? It
Yeah.
looks really, really cool. It's such an interesting way to bring some of that artistic style back in and make it feel, because this is based on a comic book.
Yeah.
It feels very comic booky.
It does.
When you get those hand-drawn elements.
When I look at how she assesses them, the self-loathing, the fear, the insecurity, and they're compensating and they're covering it by doing all these things so that they are feared.
Yeah.
And we often equate fear with respect. No one's going to step on me. No one's going to walk on me. Most of us aren't bullies, but we can... There's a difference between putting your foot down and being a bulldozer.
Right.
You know what I mean? And in their case, she asked the question, what's the motivation? Why are you really doing this? And they haven't explored that at all.
Yeah.
They're just showing up and being cool and doing heists, and this is the life.
Because we're bad guys.
We may be bad, but we're so good at it.
She dares to suggest that there could be more to life for them, and they're not really ready to hear it.
Again, the coolness.
Then he moves.
Here, let me help you. Are you okay, ma'am?
My gracious, yes. I may be dizzy, but I'm alive, thanks to you.
What are you...
Oh. Oh, thank you, dear. You're such a good boy.
And of course, as a dog... There's a line in one of my favorite movies, which we'll probably never do an episode on because no one would watch the episode, but it's 3:10 to Yuma with Russell Crowe and Christian Bale, where Russell Crowe is a murderous outlaw and Christian Bale's a decent man. And Russell Crowe says to him,
Yeah, that's why I don't mess around with doing anything good, Dan. You do one good deed for somebody, imagine it's habit forming.
right? And he doesn't want any of that because he's an outlaw, right? Yeah. And I love this moment of, I've never been told that I'm good.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what that feels like, and I haven't even bothered to try and pursue that course. And so suddenly this awakens in him, and I just love the depiction of how good it feels to do good.
Yep.
We glamorize being rebellious. We glamorize looking out for number one. And like that'll get you so far.
Yeah.
But there's more to life than that. But in this case, he gets that reinforcement and it brings something out. Now, a lot of you watching are probably thinking, I need that in my life, and I don't get that. Sorry.
We believe in you. You're a good boy.
Or girl, or
non-binary person.
but it is something that you can give.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, you can always be that little lady who helps people to see what they're capable of, what their potential is.
True.
Sadly, we were never given a chance to be anything more than second-rate criminals. If only there was someone who could help the flower of goodness inside us blossom. Some icon of love and forgiveness like, I don't know, Mother Teresa. Best thing is to just throw us in jail for the rest of our hopeless lives.
Mother Teresa exists in this world.
Oh, wait.
Can you imagine what version she would be?
Wait!
Well,
Beg pardon? Mr. Wolf may be a savage beast, basically walking garbage. Sorry, I'm making a point.
Do what you need to do, pal.
How can you say they're hopeless if they've never been given a chance? What if we tried a little experiment, Diane? As you know, my Gala for Goodness, the hashtag charity event of the year, is coming up. If I can prove to everyone at that gala that the bad guys have changed, will you set them free and give them a clean start?
What? Professor Marmalade! No. Don't you see what he's doing? He's playing you.
But it was my idea.
It was his idea.
Only because you made him have it? Madam Governor, you
Inception.
can't just let them go?
Professor, I'm not about to put the safety of the city on the line for an experiment.
Excuse me, Madam Governor. I seem to remember that a wise person once said, even trash can be recycled into something beautiful.
Hats off to the people of this fair city. They're very progressive, voting an animal as a governor.
sure, yeah.
You know, good for them. We've got a trope here, which is faking something and then it becoming real over the course. Usually,
Right.
you see it in like romantic comedies. We're gonna
Yep.
pretend we're a couple for this, that reason or the other. Usually, it's because family pressure. Or
There's
whatever.
a family pressure, or my boss won't give me a promotion unless I'm married for some reason.
Oh, wow.
You know, whatever.
Can't find a love like ours. So,
And then, like, over the course of the film, they actually fall in love. Here, that trope is flipped a little bit because it's not so much about falling in love as it is about pretending to be a good person.
Until, oopsie, I am one.
Yeah. And that's fake it till you make it, except for they were never trying to make it. It just kind of happened. And so all of this, I mean, you have several people on screen here who are manipulating the scene.
The officer's the only person who's seeing things correctly, but she's a big dumb lug, so no one pays attention to her.
This is all an act. It's all for show. And yet the things that are being said are real.
Mm-hmm.
Which to me speaks to, at least for the sake of the character of Wolf, he believes it deep down. Like it's coming
It's
from
coming
something...
from a place of reality, even though he's making light of it, sort of, but pretending to not make light of it, but also, yeah.
They say experience is the best teacher, and they are wrong. I am. Morning, students of goodness, and welcome to the first day of the rest of your best life. A good person.
I just love.
Attention to the needs of
I love a good training montage,
kindly
and this is the silliest one.
The basics of being a good person.
Across the street.
Sure. I'll do this all the time. Here you go, ma'am.
oh, he is totally gonna blow it.
What was that? What do you say? You think I can't do it?
This begs the question, these characters have never had moral instruction, so where do we get our moral instruction, you know? We crave organization and structure. How do we live our life? How do we live peaceably? How do we find fulfillment? How do we find joy, right? And I do strongly believe that there has to be a moral component to that.
Mm-hmm.
Not just for society, but for the individuals. But everyone on screen right now is playing each other.
Yeah.
You know, but it still begs the question. They're talking to this guru, and he says,
They say experience is the best teacher, and they are wrong.
I am.
And this guy's got a serious ego and sees himself as the light on the hill.
Yep.
Right, and so you have to ask yourself, when you are seeking moral instruction, you have to be a big part of that equation. Because when you turn to other people, we should definitely learn from the experiences and collective wisdom of other cultures and other individuals. But there's a danger when you just accept at face value what someone else tells you because you trust them as a moral leader.
Right.
As opposed to, okay, I'm going to hear you because you've proven value to me, but I'm still bringing my own gut and my own analysis to the situation of who I want to become. If they were actually trying to become good guys, which they're not, but if they were and relying on him as their guide, they would start to veer off because he's actually not as good as he pretends to be.
Yep.
I gave you an opportunity, a chance to show the world that you're more than just a scary stereotype, but you're too proud or too gutless to take advantage of it.
Gutless? I'm gutless? Oh, I'm sorry. Have we met? I'm the villain of every story. Guilty until proven innocent, even if by some miracle we did change. Who's gonna believe us, huh? Of course you wouldn't know anything about that with your little Miss Perfect power suits.
Is that so?
Wait a second, how did you...
A wolf and a fox are not so different. Maybe they will believe you, maybe they won't, but it doesn't matter. Don't do it for them. Do it for you. This is a chance to write your own story, to find a better life for you and your friends. Come on, what have you got to lose?
I don't know, my dignity?
Yeah, well, that ship has already sailed.
He's afraid to change. I mean, we see early on in the film when he gets praised and he wags his tail, the idea of goodness appeals to him, the idea of integrity and honor appeals to him, but not to his friends.
Right.
And so there's a fear there of losing them, then what do I have? And that's a big thing in life is you grow and evolve as a person. Do the people that you surround yourselves with, are they growing and evolving? Are they going to try and hold you back from that? Which his friends very much do.
Yes.
You know, if you're trying to make positive changes and your friendships are based on some of the negative behaviors that you're trying to leave behind, a lot of people stay in things that hurt them for a long time because of the social component of it.
Right.
But so surround yourself with people who honor the changes you're trying to make, whether they are making the same changes or they're at least going to back your play.
I was trying to find us a better life.
Our life was perfect until you decided to ruin it.
I didn't. You guys felt it at the gala, the clapping, the cheering. We were more than just scary villains. They loved us.
Oh, yeah? If they loved us so much, how come we're in prison for a crime we didn't commit? You know what? I'll give Marmalade this. At least he sees the world for what it is. A place where some people are scary and some people are scared.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm tired of being scary. I'm tired of being an outcast. Maybe I don't want to be a...
What? A bad guy? Don't want to be a bad guy anymore, huh? Say it, Wolf.
I love how much spittle Snake has.
And us, your lifelong friends, we're just holding you back?
Yeah, maybe you are.
To my point.
Uh-huh.
And they have to decide whether they want to follow him or not.
Yep.
Sometimes we lose friends. When we pursue the life that we want to pursue, sometimes we lose friends, and that's hard.
Yeah.
The good news is we always make more. Sometimes it takes a while.
It can. It can. Making major life changes is a major life change.
No!
Bad news is it's going to be hard. There's no easy way through major life changes.
Well, and that's why it's important to surround yourself with supportive people, because doing the work in yourself and for yourself is hard enough. It's like, even if you have supportive people, changing is hard.
Whoa!
You know, far more so if they're trying to get you back down in the muck.
Yeah.
We got no money. We got no money we can use to buy food. No food we can sell for money. All right, okay.
The tears.
Now stop crying.
He sucks on it like a pacifier.
Snake? What did you just do?
What? My friend was sad. I was just cheering him up.
You did a good thing. For me.
Don't be ridiculous. I just put your needs before my own.
Yeah, you're being good.
I'm not. I was simply making a sacrifice so Shark could be happy.
That is the actual definition of being good.
Snake, you, the worst one of us. The most selfish,
spiteful,
terrible,
sneaky,
dishonest,
insensitive,
manipulative,
snake-like, stanky. And your point is?
I think Wolf was right. Maybe we could be more than just scary villains.
His dorsal fin. Come on.
Her thorax is going.
We're wagging.
No. We'll always be bad guys.
The thing that I love about this movie is the animation has so much pop. And I don't know if that's like the correct animation term. This is just how I've always described it. There are really strong graphic poses for individual things. And when you say strong graphic pose, most people think like a big superhero pose, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that's what it is. It's just like the head is really over here for like, I'm thinking this way or, you know, whatever. But this has, instead of sort of more naturalistic, you know, real life feeling smooth transitions between things, it'll like go and then pop over here and then pop into another frame and then pop. They utilize it to feel cool a lot of the time. And in this, they utilize it to really emphasize emotions. And it's just really, really well done. I'm really impressed with the animation in this show.
And the movie's got good energy. Like, it's not a hyperactive Minions movie energy.
No, it's not like candy-coated, like caffeinated Sugar Rush energy. It's just like it always moves and it's got pop.
Yeah, I dig it. So the real question is, why would Snake turn and do something selfless at this point when he hasn't the whole...
Well, and we later find out that it's because they're all playing each other, because it's still a heist movie. That's what I love about this. They're like heisting each other into goodness, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, which is a really fun concept. But I do think, even though it came from a corrupt source, which is Marmalade, the lessons are starting to sink in.
Yeah.
As well as seeing that Wolf and I bonded over villainy and being criminals, but I do genuinely care about him. Yep. And this type of thing is what makes him happy. And so I either need to evolve or lose that, you know?
all the guinea pigs.
We're gonna make it!
Anthony Ramos just giving everything the beans. Like, he takes everything to 11. Speaking of pop, look at this. Just the big poses and then quick movements.
That if you knew I wanted to be good, that you'd
act like a jerk and never talk to you again.
Yeah. Point is,
yeah. I love you too, buddy.
Aw.
This is so beautiful. Do you know how beautiful this is, you guys?
Now you're gonna make me cry.
I know. So pathetic, right?
Come on.
This is the Alan Seawright scene of everyone crying. You know what this scene reminded me of is actually the scene in Toy Story 3. Like, there's a visual similarity. They're, you know, falling, they're sliding into a pit.
Holding hands
and joining together. And
this is far less heavy about it.
This is much less heavy. I did not tear up. But it's, you know, the message is the same, right?
Yeah.
When things are bad, when things are looking down, it is really important to have a group of people, or shark, snake, spider, bitey fish? Piranha.
Bitey fish? It's staying in.
It's staying in. And a wolf. You know what? Find your bitey fish. Hold fins with it.
Well said.
This must be what going mad feels like.
I do hope that if you and I are falling to our deaths together, that...
we're going to hold hands.
The laws of physics will allow me to breaststroke my way through the air to you, that will actually work. Because what would be really sad is if I'm trying to hold your hand, but I just can't reach you because there's no resistance.
What will be really sad is if we're falling, like plummeting thousands of feet to our death, and you're just doing this, and I'm laughing the whole time, and then we both just splat.
Actually, I think that's how I want to go.
That's probably how we are going to go.
No, this must be what going mad feels like.
You know what the scene reminds me of, and I hadn't thought of it until literally just watching it right here, is how similar this is to coming out, or joining a church that's different than your family's, or switching political parties, or even stuff like switching football teams.
How dare you?
Which, well, in some groups, that's a big deal, you know? That's, yeah. We need to explore ourselves. This is why I will always beat the drum of make room at the table. You will lose relationships if you don't let people grow.
Right.
Into who they want to be, into what they have inside.
People are more important. We're your family, your friends. These are the people that make your life worthwhile. Organizations and philosophies don't.
Yeah.
They don't make your life worthwhile. They give it a structure. They give it a framework.
Well, and they can add to.
They
the
can
worth
add
and
to,
meaning.
sure.
It's never worth it to chase away someone you love or to turn away someone you love.
If the person that you love is legitimately being radicalized,
yeah.
becoming a Nazi, stuff like that, it's okay to let them go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Possibly report them to the authorities.
Welcome back, Captain Obvious.
Yes, I am.
Moderation. It's good. It's good. He's good.
Stick to
I'm
a moral
good.
framework. So until next time.
They say experience is the greatest teacher, but it's not. It's me.
What was that accent?
I don't know. New Zealand, New Australian.
The only person I self-loathe is you. And watch movies. Thank you to our patrons who supported this episode and made it possible. People like
Alicia Bass, Sean Goetze,
Getchy? Yeah.
Jens Romnonek, that's my fault. Ken Unat and Stephen.
Boy, you're bad. Stephen S.
Thanks for being our patrons. Sorry I butchered your names.
Thanks for you're good.